Hello everyone, I am Dr. Nagaraja Mallikarjuna. I am an emergency physician and I am practicing emergency medicine since last 7 years. And since last 6 months I am working with MSF, that is called Medicine Sans Frontiers, or in other words Doctors Without Borders. My first mission was with MSF is in northern Syria, a place name called Talabiyat. So there I went as emergency doctor. In other terms they call it as medical doctor. It is basically a hospital which was initially was not under government control, but yes, eventually it was under government control, but there were lack of infrastructures, lack of staffs. So there was lack of training also for the doctors. So the doctors and the nurses who were there were not well specialized, because the doctor who were all well specialized, they already left Syria long back. We used to start our work at 8 o'clock and maybe finish, we don't know, sometimes it might take up to 8 o'clock in the night, or sometimes we used to stay in the hospital throughout the night. So we saw a lot of cases which are related to war wounds, like gunshots, airstrikes, and there are so many displaced people, in the sense they have came out of their houses or towns and they find some safe places, in the sense the camps organized by the national organizations or some NGOs. But the life in the camps are very much bad, because they don't have good sanitation, good water, or the overcrowding. So a lot of communicable diseases. The children are suffering from lot of lung infections, what we have seen in the hospital. We can categorize two things: war-related injuries and non-war-related injuries. Because lack of healthcare in Syria because of this war, we normally the people doesn't have even the basic healthcare facility for diabetes, that is sugar patients, or even the hypertension, the BP, or even there's some problem with the kidneys. So these are the basic diseases which once you get, it will be there for lifelong, but you don't have, you need to have follow-up. So people don't have those things. We used to see those things, and something called breathing difficulties also, like asthma, COPD. So those cases we used to see, and along with war-related injuries wise, we had mine blasts. The majority were the mine blasts, where people trying to trespassing or abandoned areas. So that time they will have these limb injuries most of the times, or shrapnel injuries. The most were mine blast, and followed by, yes, we saw some of the airstrikes also. The airstrikes means not exactly direct from the airstrike. Yeah, so it is like airstrike to the building, where they're stuck inside the building for days, and then someone will evacuate them from there, and then they will come to the hospital. The gunshots, yes, we saw some of the civilians, yes, which were there in the crossfiring, which were victims of crossfire, and some of the soldiers too. So the place where I stayed was not, definitely it's a no war zone, which was well controlled by the army. We never had any issues pertaining to these things, like, okay, there is a threat. There were nothing like that. Yes, probably I'm not sure which parts of Syria. Yes, there were some incidents which we went through in articles and the newses. MSF security protocols, or MSF the security context are very good. So even there is even the like thought of a threat, okay, so immediately they might evacuate you. Probably because of Indian doctor going to Syria, because in India I don't think so we have seen, probably I have seen maybe one gunshot in last 6 years. So when you go there in a day, you will see probably 20 or 30 gunshots. So probably initially 1 or 2 days, yes, you felt fear, okay, these many things is happening, how I am going to treat them. So otherwise, personally, never felt unsafe in Syria. It's always safe where I stayed. Yeah. Ethics, whatever. I mean, as a doctor, my job is to save or treat someone who comes to you. So and moreover, the MSF, what we do is we are neutral. Okay, so we don't take a side of any parties or any government. So we'll be in the neutral in context. So it doesn't matter who, what race, what ideology you have with you, whom you belong to, or whom you are helping, or whom you are. So we just treat everyone. In Syria, there are children's. Okay, so the under 5 age group, they come with this coin. They swallow that coin. So they will be playing with the coins and they will swallow it, and it gets stuck in the upper esophagus. That is a food tract. So normally, in ideal world where you have all the facility, you will involve ENT surgeon or the gastroenterologist to put a camera inside and take out that coin. Okay, so in Syria, definitely it's not possible. You don't know where the facility is available. The nearest next tertiary care, means the higher care available, will be 3.5 hours journey from where we are. So in those cases you have to take some radical decisions. If you are confident, yes, we used some anesthesia and some of the forceps, what we took out the coins. So like that I have taken out some 8 coins. So since then they got a trust in me. Okay, so before they used to send them, we never know where they used to go, whether the coin was removed or what happened. But after that, once they saw what I have done, okay, so they were very happy. So I used to get call in the night also. There is a patient like this, please come. So we cannot do it. So then I used to go and take it out. So that's the trust they do it. So in ideal world, we cannot do that one. So yes, we can do it there because the resources are less. My mother is, she doesn't know much of these what we call geographic or global things, what's happening. So she doesn't know anything other than Karnataka. So yeah, she doesn't know that I am in a place where this is all going on. Okay, so and my brother knows well. Yeah, they do tell no, don't go. But sometimes yes, you have to just convince them. Once you go there and see, then only you will understand. So why whether you can go back or you can stay in India. So many people will tell yes, you can do whatever you want to do here itself. You can help the people here. But it is entirely different. The people who are there, at least here, you have a hospital for every 1 kilometer. So there is no hospital for at least for 60 kilometers, 70 kilometers. So someone needs to be there. So it's a good work to be done. So my expectations in Iraq, hopefully it will be as busy as Syrian project, because I like busy projects rather than just sitting and doing nothing. MSF is an independent organization. Most of its funds come from the individuals. So it's not tied with any organizations or any government bodies or any other things. So it's all done by the MSF organization from the headquarters. So yeah, it's infrastructure or even the staffing or even the drugs. So whatever we use or tested for the quality, and then we use. If any of the junior doctors, so if they want to try, okay, so it's a one-time experience. At least you have to see. Probably you might like it. It might change your entire career. Okay, so before I had a comfortable life, I can tell. Okay, the salary was in 6 digits, I think. Yes. So you had a good house. There was everything you need. Okay, so and you went to MSF where your salary came down to almost 70% of what your normal salary was. But you like the work. At the end of the day, you will be very satisfied. So that you are doing something worth as a doctor.